Hello. I want to make sure that I am indeed live because I just spent like 12 minutes this morning talking to myself because it didn't post and it didn't, when I did save the video from the Facebook Live, it didn't have volume. So if anyone is on, can you please give me a thumbs up or a comment? Ken, can you hear me? Can you guys hear me? Okay, we got some, hopefully you can hear me. There's a few of you on, whether you're watching this live or the replay. Thank you for tuning in. Okay, great, thumbs up. Thanks, Melissa. Because this morning I spent 12 minutes talking to myself, apparently, because it didn't post, and then when it did, I did save the video, but it had no audio. So perfect. Hey, Andy, I know I'm a little early, but you know what? I got to get it in when I can. So if you're catching the replay, awesome. Thank you. So February is a very special month now for me because it marks my, a scare that I went through with thyroid cancer. So I'm trying to decide where to start, but I mean, rewind to my upbringing. I didn't know then what I know now. I wasn't this healthy person back then. So throughout my high school years and my 20s, I was drinking Diet Cokes. I was eating fast food. I was, if it had aspartame, like those low calorie yogurts with aspartame, nasty stuff. So I resonate with Maya Angelou. She says, do the best you can until you know better. And when you know better, do better. So I don't dwell on the past. I take radical responsibility for my health, even cancer. Yes. Because what else can you do? Okay. So 2 years ago, February 1st, I was getting a physical. I don't often go to the doctor. I don't often get physicals. I mean, practically never, but thank goodness I did because, she was feeling my thyroid area, and she was like, something looks suspicious. Something feels suspicious. So she said, you should definitely get an ultrasound. And so I did that. And then I got a biopsy because it was still suspicious. And a few days later, the biopsy came back and it was indeed thyroid cancer. And so that was all like February 1st. That was for the first few, the first few days in February. February 28th, I was getting my thyroid out. So you can hardly even see my scar anymore. But 2 years ago, I went through this in February, and it's so crazy to think that I'm a cancer survivor because so I'm 36, I'll be 37 in a couple of weeks, but, I feel healthier now than I did throughout my 20s. I grew up super active playing soccer, and then at UC San Diego, I played lacrosse. So I was always active, always, working it, but when it came to the food and the eating, I was eating a chemical shitstorm. I was eating so many chemicals, fake foods, and these chemicals are unregulated. We have no idea the cumulative effects other than, think back 100 years ago. Was there any word of cancer, of autism, of of autoimmune diseases? These are all new. And so you have to really think, like, what has changed? And it's environmental. It's environmental toxicity. Environmental toxins, the cumulative effect have not been studied. So if you have followed me for a while on my page, you know my stance against vaccines. The vaccines listed in the package insert, they have not been studied for carcinogenic and mutagenic effects. So if you think that they have done long-term cancer studies or short-term or any studies or research, they have not. So, and the other thing is, so many people reached out to me when I was going through this. I did blog about it. So if you go to my website, ElaineStein.com, I don't remember if I did a video or just blogged about it, but I shared my story. You can, in the little search bar, search thyroid cancer, and everything comes up, what I was going through. What was I going to say? Oh, so many people reached out to me. Like literally probably about 100 people, like 20, 25-year-olds, 30-year-olds, 40-year-olds saying, I went through this. I had thyroid cancer. Like what? My mind is blown. Like why? Let's stop with this. Like, oh, dealing with it and go to the root cause. Root cause of all these diseases is these are new diseases. They should not be happening. The other thing, so speaking about environmental toxicities, is water. So if you are not drinking filtered water, go to the Environmental Working Group's website, ewg.org, I believe, or .com, and type in your zip code. And so my city is San Jose, and all of San Jose's chemicals and toxins and fluoride and all those neurotoxins will pop up. So we are being set up to fail, yes, but I don't blame anyone. I don't blame anyone for the cancer other than, now knowing the causes and now making better choices. Because really, if you don't have your health, you have nothing. And all these cancers and autoimmune, and it's all new. And I've never felt healthier now that I've changed my lifestyle. So February 28th, 2 years ago, I went in for surgery. I have no thyroid now. I take Synthroid every day to give me what I need since I don't have a thyroid. But how maddening is that I now rely on a pharmaceutical product every day. So I am in the process of researching alternatives. I know there's Natrathroid and I know there's some other options. And if any of you guys have options out there, please drop them in the comments because I'm in the process of researching and talking to my doctor, and because I don't know what's in the Synthroid. How can we know? Yes, it's helping me. I have great energy. I'm feeling really, really great. So whatever's working now is good, but I don't want to be on this. What else is in that little white pill that I take every night? I have no idea. I'm sure there's chemicals and artificial things in there that my body does not need and could be feeding something else. So with every choice that we make, we're either feeding disease and cancer or fighting it. I mean, with all the sugar and processed foods and the dirty, toxic, our skincare products, our cleaning products. We live in a time here in the United States where we are set up to fail, like with the GMOs. So the suffix "-cide" in pesticide, herbicide, insecticide, what's being sprayed on our food, CIDE, that's a suffix at the end, that is death. So death is being sprayed on our food. It's okay with the government. It's okay with these big Monsanto. Glyphosate is being sprayed on our food. We're ingesting it. We're eating it. We have no idea the long-term effects, but it's okay because that's just how it is in our country. So I know so much more now. I obviously know so much more now, and it's not okay with me, but I'm so thankful that it was, just thyroid cancer, because in the grand scheme of things, it was removing my thyroid. I did do the iodine radiation. That was heavy on my heart, whether to do it or not. My husband and I researched it. So it's where you take this little pill and you're radioactive for the next 3 to 5 days. So I was in my bedroom, secluded, away from everyone, because on my lymph nodes, I had a few cancerous specks. And so what the iodine radiation does is supposedly blasts all that so that there's no traces of any cancer matter in that area. So as far as I know, I've gone to my follow-up appointments and everything. I'm cancer free, and that's how I intend to stay. It's a lifestyle choice, but just know that yes, the cards are stacked against us in our society, in our doctor, in our food, in our environment. The cards are stacked against us, but we do have choices. There are so many great choices out there. We can't live in a bubble. We obviously can't live in a bubble, but we can make such better choices. I cleanse my body every week. I do a 24-hour fasted cellular cleanse to reduce my inflammation, reduce toxicity. I'm off of my, I used to be addicted to sugar. That was feeding the cancer, I'm sure. And the other thing is this was a slow growing cancer. So who knows how many years. I never felt any symptoms. I mean, was I a tired mom? Sure, possibly. I'm dealing with a child with autism and Sophia, of course. So, people are always asked me, like, what were your symptoms? And I would say I did not have any symptoms. My blood work came out clean, totally clean. 2 years ago, I had the blood work done, and there was no trace of cancer. So, I don't know. That's my story. I also read the book by Louise Hay, linking all the emotional toxicity to cancers and disease. And I totally believe it wholeheartedly. The way that you show up, the way that your energy, absolutely is also feeding or fighting disease. So that's my story. I know that people are commenting. I'm coming back to read comments, but I'm going to have to go back. But share this video if you know of anyone, dealing with thyroid cancer or any cancers. Tag someone below. I'm happy to reach out and share my story. But if you do go to my website, ElaineStein.com, and type in thyroid cancer, my whole blog story is there, and I added a lot of detail about it. But I'm feeling awesome, feeling great. I mean, it's still like I wrote in my little caption, like, it's so strange to say I'm a cancer survivor. What the heck? Like, what in our society, like, how is a 36-year-old going to say that they're a cancer survivor? And not just me, I mean, all these children. We have cancer hospitals for children. What? That is not normal. Why are we normalizing cancer? Why are we normalizing these childhood diseases? We are not supposed to be sick and tired and cancerous. We are supposed to be healthy, thriving human beings. So it's just, there's so much truth to uncover. If you're at the beginning of your journey, welcome. There are so many resources for you. The Truth About Cancer is an amazing docuseries you have to watch. If you think you're being told all you need to know by your medical professionals, think again. It's time to take health into our own hands. It's time to research for yourself. It's time to change the status quo, because how is the status quo working for us? It's not. I feel so much healthier now at 36, almost 37, than I did in my 20s. Like, there is a better way. There is such a better way, and we got to opt out of the toxic agenda. The toxic agenda is here for us, and not me. I'm making a choice. So let me know your questions. I'm glad that if you're just hopping on, I talked for 12 minutes this morning, just like I'm doing now. And I shared my story, and no one was on apparently, and there was no volume. So I'm glad that some people hopped on. I'm glad that some people commented, but ask me questions. I don't know. I just rambled. I was going to write a post, and I thought, what better way is just to talk from my heart and share my story. And hopefully some of you can relate. Hopefully not. I hope no one gets cancer. But if you live in the United States and you are drinking water and eating food and breathing air, then we're already up against an uphill battle. It's why I do what I do. It's why I make the choices I do, because I want to be healthy. I am committed to being around for my children. I am committed to making an impact and spreading truth. So thanks for watching, you guys. Hope you are well. Comment below, tag anyone, share this, and bye, guys.